Right, right. In this video, I've got a little bit of a bad, a bit of a cough. But what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to be giving myself some good notes, right, on drawing characters, just very quickly for myself, okay? Because this is a part of my ongoing into the many different phases I go, not phases, but different areas I go into exploring drawing characters or either other things. But this character drawing thing has always been a tough thing for me, and I keep going from one way to another, or coming back to other ways, exploring them again. And ultimately, we need to have a base way. I think at least a base way of drawing basically any character, and then just adjusting the proportions slightly if it's like a bigger, stronger character or like a smaller, the build of the character, and then a designing of course the faces, the hair, whether the clothes and things like that. So I've come up with something. Excuse me for a second. I need to clear my throat sometimes. All right, sorry. But let's just give this a little look. So what I'm going to do is it's going to come out probably rough. I'll probably mess up a few times, but we're just going to go with this. All right. So circle for the head, or roughly an oval shape, right? Now, obviously, we can do a stick figure like that, and I like to do it like that. Sometimes I've even done it like this, even. Just getting a basic, thing. Either way can go. You notice that I'm not doing the shoulders and hips line, okay? Remember, for the female characters, the hips would be wider, but I'm just doing a basic thing here, okay? But you notice I didn't do that. They're just in my mind, and they're more. They're just what's the word? They're just there, basically, in my mind. I'm free to like move them, kind of thing. I feel by having that there, although that's a base thing to have that line, it kind of, I don't know, it distracts me, right? It just distracts me. Put it that way. Like a character on the side, a character on the side. Like if I go over here and erase this character here for a second, and I go there, or it can be a circle for the head. It's just either way, right? So you've got this spine. I can put the neck. I know the neck ends about here anyway. I just know that in my mind. I don't understand it, right? I could even do it like that, where it's not even joined. But I understand the gap here. That's for the neck, right? But the point is, if I go here, okay, and let's say this character's like this. See, this could be here. I could put the shoulders starting about here. I know that this character's on the side, right? I've not drawn circles or whatever like that either, joints for the hips. You can do this kind of thing, see? Or just do the circles in the same thing, right? But I know that this is what it is, it's on the side. So I can put his other leg back there if I wanted to, And it's the same with all of these things. You could put circles here for the elbows, and then for the hands, like circles or squares, or you could even put the wrist in a little joint and then do a hand like that. And of course, it's the same for the knees, okay, and all of that business. For the feet, if this is a leg, a little square thing for the leg, For the hand, similar thing. I might put a little thing here with a few lines again. So for the fingers, we'll get onto the head in a moment, and I'll explain something. What I'm doing, just what I'm doing, it's my way, it's my thing, okay? Sometimes when I do a hand, I might do it like this. For example, here, okay, I may do a square like type of thing like that and do the fingers like this, you see. Or I may just sometimes I do a scribble, like just do a scribble and then like you see like make it. I know that this is going to be a fist, so that's probably not too good actually. But you know, I just do the fingers as needed. So I would do like something like that. And the fingers, you can just bend them however you want to and make them like work. See, later on you would draw the proper fingers and things around, and everything. But what I'm trying to say is, when I come here, I'll be like, sometimes I might even just literally do the fingers like that. You see, look here, and then you know what I mean. Just some kind of like just design. But I think it is better really to do the hand before drawing the fingers. That, to be honest with you. Right, so that's that understood, right, very clearly. Now, let me just talk about a couple of things regarding the body before we move on to the head, right? Regarding the body before we move on to the head, right? So, as I say, it's the head here. And I go down and I do these legs and these arms. Now, it's just my way, as I say, of doing it. I know that there's obviously a fucking, excuse my language, there's shoulders and hips, waistline. I understand that. I'm not stupid, right? I'm just saying. When I do this, what I'm actually doing is I want people to understand one thing, okay? So let's imagine I'm here and I don't even do the spine. Do I think it's a good idea? No, I think it's better to have a spine. But I'm just saying, if I just do this, right, let's just say, for example, now what do you see? Just to show, what do you see there? You can see, and this could be also done, by the way, by just starting off with your shoulder positioning first, if you want to. So I know this arm's going to be quite, you see what I'm saying? This hip could be here, this hip could be here. So I know it's kind of on the side. Oh, excuse me. So he's resting his hand on his hip, which is kind of raised up high. So, but what I'm trying to say is, what do you have? You have these 4 points, right? These 4 points, yep, where the arms are coming out from and the legs are coming out from, right? Regardless of us having this neck and spine and all the business, right? This line here, and the spine is in the center, of course. But sometimes when the body turns, you'll see the center. You might want to draw a center line in the front of the body too, so different angle. But anyway, when you see this, okay, hands falling on the waistline, as I say, on the groin, when the arms are straight usually. But anyway, just when we're here, okay, we're not seeing the feet here. We're just seeing a little bit past the knees, which will be about well, the knees will be about here probably. But okay, when we're doing this, okay, depending on your character, height and build, and all that other stuff. But what we're seeing is this. There is a body here, obviously. So if I'm doing this here, if the shoulders and the hips are here, okay, let's imagine if I was to draw a character like this. If. So for example, okay, if this character's here like this, and his arms are in, some kind of position, I'll do this. I don't want to do the spine because I don't want to distract you, but let's just do like a rough dotted line there for the spine, okay? And what we'll do is I'll have the other leg here, okay? Meaning his body is going to be kind of twisted up, right? You know what I'm saying? Because he's the top of his body's on the side, yeah? And then the front of the hips here is like on the front, right? But what I'm trying to say to you is, either way, it's joined up. So I say it's a body. That's what I'm trying to say. It's joined up. Ignore that for a second. I'm just trying to say it's joined up. Let's see here. This here is basically a rectangular thing. It's like a pillow. So if I bend this over like this and I put a head on it, it's like some guy picking up a box. You see what I'm saying? Picking up a basketball, whatever. You see what I'm saying? This thing is like a squishy, this rectangular thing with a head on it, which is basically with a neck on it. And I sometimes do this. I call them beanie babies, where I do a head and I do a little line like that just to show there's a neck, some kind of line, a little extra thing at the bottom there to resemble a neck, and I do that, see. So what I'm doing is, I get this thing, so you've got a head. Sometimes I'll just draw the body on, but I like to just do like a little line to remember there's a neck, you know. If it's coming from behind, I'll usually do the head like that and put a bit of a thing like that, you see. So I'll do like that, see, and this is there, and I'll do like kind of floppy, like it's a pillow. But you can see I can put a centre line down the middle. This from the back here, this is a spine. I can make this a spine, so you've got a torso, and you've got the groin area, you know, the pelvis, okay? You get the idea, right? So obviously this could be a pair of underpants kind of thing. And that's a butt crack, but you know, now over here there would be obviously lines somewhere within here, I'd say, and on there for the shoulders and the hips, right? But you don't have to draw them lines in necessarily. You might want to do little circles, especially on the arm ones here, because it helps, I find, rather than just doing the arms like that. Excuse me. However, doing the arms like that is a good way to go. Sometimes just quick and simple. But if you want to put this in, it helps for the starting point for the muscles. You can also like go in here and this or that, you know, down like that, put the neck in and all the rest of it, and you can draw your chest piece like that as well. There would be little shoulder blade parts here for the back too, the back side here, and then these shoulders here again. So I could put these in if I wanted to, and then from here, obviously, I'll just bend his legs to make it more simple, so we've got space to draw the whole guy in. Here, and we'll be about here actually. Okay, here, you know. Like that, okay? Okay. Now, fingers there. So, you know, I don't have to draw the hands like that, but this is just how I'm doing it, okay? This one, I'll just have his arms straight by the side here. So you get the idea. Okay, and then we'll have the knees just like that, okay? Okay. From here, and we get ourselves a nice figure. Now, with that body, on the side, if I just bend it over a bit, just to give it a little bit of a idea that it's bending over, okay? I could do a neck here if I wanted to, and a head, you know. Let's say, for example, I do this on this side. So this is the pelvis. This would be, I could do a straight line if I want to, but this is basically the rib cage, right? So the side of the rib cage. I could put a little area here, like the holes in the underpants, basically, and the shoulder here, you see? So we can have this guy coming like this. See? Something like that. Do you see what I'm saying? And it just works basically. But the idea is you want to be very, very natural. So what I'm doing is I'm going very, very natural. So like if I go any way here, I can kind of twist this thing. So here's the side part. Okay, now it's on this here. Say, you know what I'm saying? You see? So this is here, and his body kind of twists to the front here. Now we're not seeing that, right? The neck would be in here. I can do a line if I want to, but I don't want to do that. I just want to put this head here. And we can have him looking in any direction. We'll work that. I'll show you in a moment, okay? The chest's about here, obviously. All right. And then we can have it either way. So this guy could be here. And I'll show you this. Look at the fingers. So we're here. This is here, and then we put a few lines on, and it's like he's holding a gun now, see? This one here, maybe he's telling some people to stop. And you see how I did that with the elbow there? I just put a little break in the middle, and this hand could be like that. You see, and he's saying, stop, wait here. Little area for the thumb to stick out from them doing the thumb there, okay? He said, wait, no. He said, keep quiet, don't come here. It's dangerous or something. See how I do these knees also? Sometimes I do this like to show the angle. So it's not just a circle like here. See? Just like more facing down, you know? And the idea is what you do is from here, and it's good to do like an actual elbow like socket like that really, once you've got it. But to give you, and I'll show you why. because, and I'll use blue to show you, is because you can draw around this. Can you see? Draw around this, look, here. And you can really, without going too much into the muscles and all of that business, it's better to have like a, even do the wrist on there as well if you want to. So that you can just fill it up to make the basic rest of the body, see? And this here, and it joins up nicely to those joints on the knees, which I've given it by giving it those sockets. So it's a good way. Once you've got that set up, and I know this, this person's body's a bit iffy. I know that. Still, you can fix it up a bit. So like fix it up there, but still, okay. It's like we've got the basic thing set up there. We've got a basic design, is what I'm trying to say. You can bring that down and do a proper character, do your muscles and all that, do all that business and do a proper. I'm just doing a rough thing, really, but you know what I mean. Do a proper character in there, I'm just doing a quick thing just to show you, but come in here, say, not that good, but you know what I'm saying, though. Keeping in mind where everything goes. And I think with this kind of a method, and then obviously like put your baggy, whatever it is, trousers on and all that business, and it definitely works out okay. Sure. Your hand, and I'm doing that hand fairly squared off, as I say, and it's not all that good, I know, but just quickly, just trying to do something just to show you, what I'm doing. I'm saying, fix things if they're not looking right. Obviously, there you go. There you go. Here, 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 and here, here, and then just put a quick gun on there. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to bother doing the face because we didn't even design it properly. But you can see where I'm going. I know the top of the body's a little bit out of proportion, a little bit small on the shoulder side, and you think he's got more like wider hips. He looks a bit like a fucking woman, to be honest with you. Because the way I did it, I should have done it. I think really it's the size of that hip over there is what it is. Look, you see this here. It's just literally a little thing like that. If I move that across now, he looks a bit more slimmer. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Now I'm going to show you now a couple of things, right? So we're going to work with the body. Excuse me. Excuse me. With the body. And I'm going to show you the head, all right? In a moment, that's the thing. It's the meat and potatoes, kind of. That's the one of them is the meat, one of them is the potatoes, right? The body's the meat, the head's the potatoes. The body's the sausages, the head's the potato, right? We can say the head's the meat, the body's the potato, depending on looking. All right. I don't know what the greens are or what the sweets are, but let's just go to it. Anyway, so here, okay, so what I'm saying again, let's just remind ourselves. So sometimes I do this. I do this a lot where I'll do these little figures. They're like my own kind of stick figures where I'll have this in place, you see. And I can imagine, so there's a neck here. And it doesn't matter. So from here, it's literally, I'm not doing the sockets. I'll do those later. I start off like this. So here. That's the bottom halves of the legs. This joins back up to here. This joins back up to here, but we're not seeing it. And from here, it gets a bit confusing, right? So he's sitting on a chair, okay? I'll put a knee here and a knee here. Let's just imagine he's here and he's holding something. I'll put some hand like that. He's holding a book, okay? Like that. I was going to say a can of Coke, but the fingers like that, you see? His other arm's back there, so we're not really seeing it. Just like that, the shoulders, you can imagine here, if you want to put it like that. His arm's back there, basically, behind the body. I can do this here, I can do this here, I can do this here, and I can do, the hands, just like little shapes if I want to. Now, he doesn't look like he's standing too strong on this one because you've got to look at that. His arse would have fell on his foot. So we're going to put this here. Okay, and put little lines for the feet if you want to do it that way. I'm just going to turn him around a little bit like this. Okay. And you can see what we're dealing with, all right? So if I go to underneath this here for a second and I put a box, let's say, and he's sitting on that is the idea, right? You see what I'm saying? So you can get the understanding now of what we're doing. So, you know, let's say this is like that. So he's sitting on this thing. So what I'm trying to tell you is it doesn't matter where the arms and the legs come from this main thing. The main thing we're dealing with is this pillow type shape, bean slash pillow bag, fucking sack, potato sack, whatever they call it. Okay, this kind of thing. And it's literally like this, you see. So if it's like folded over kind of thing, like this, see, that's like the back arcing, see. This could be twisting, as I've said already, so you can have it like there. This could be more on this side. Boom, underpants, there, so. Shoulder, this could be the socket for the neck, if I want to call it a socket. Okay. Shoulder, see? Hip, there. Okay. Butt crack up to about to the back, which is twisted more on the side now. I'm not going to go up here because it's not like that because it's twisted more. Hang on. Actually, I'm wrong. Right? Hang on. It would be. I've done that a bit wrong there, I think, because even though it looks okay, it's not, because really it should be about, the way I've done that is it should be about here or more on the side. That was my plan. So we're seeing less of that there, and it comes up and we see more at the top. You're going to think of the twist. So, okay, so this is arced over. Basically, it's 3 lines, 1, 2, so 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. So, but we're going to go like this. Then this goes here, and this goes here. That's the socket for the on the top there. There's a socket for the neck. I'm just imagining. So we're not seeing much here, but okay. So that's there. Yeah. And what I would do is I just do a head. But if you want to do the neck, you can do the neck. You know, I just usually draw the head in and then join up where the neck goes. You see, so do that there, and you can just kind of like do the shape as I said before. Sometimes you might want to go like this, where like that, and then make it like flat on the front part and then go under like that to show a neck part. It's up to you. Achieving like a neck, you know. And his head, it looks a bit fucked up there, so you've got to be careful. So these are the bodies that I'm putting together. Now I'm going to put this here. Notice how I got halfway and then break it to show where the elbow is, you see. And I do it, so it's like I go there. I can do a little joint if I want to. That's another way you can do it. I can just start doing the fingers if I want to, like that. You know. And this is the front here, so this is here, right? Now this is a bit wrong, this, because his head's too big. So it's too big from there. You can erase this part as well if you want, just so you can see what you're doing. Almost looks like he's kneeing this guy in the nuts or something. Crack. You see? But it's like, you see what I'm saying? And it's like, this is like a basic shape, see? So the center of the body is here, okay? Like this. And we've got this underpants part here, whatever you want to call it. You know, and this is here, right? Okay? And it's like that. Not too perfect how I've done that, I must say, but you can get the idea, though, right? Maybe they're playing football. Looks like he's playing football, right? Maybe something like that. He's just trying to tackle the ball from this guy. You know, there's a ball here, maybe, and they're playing football. You just imagine, right? This one here again. This one, I don't know what this one's doing. Some kind of pose, you know? And that's like from behind them. I can put like shoulder blade lines in like that if I want to. They're not perfect. Again, as I say, bodily body what do you call it, setups, but I'm just doing what I'm doing here for this video. There's many different ways I could show you, but I'm just doing it this way for this video, okay? Now, let's look at the main thing now I'm going to look at in this video, okay, here. So, the head, right? If I do a head here, first of all, we've got this cross in the middle, which shows the direction, yeah? And you can put a couple of eyes on that line, like little circles. And I want to say it's a very, very important thing to put those on. Sometimes I'll just put a little line, like little lines like that, even just to know where the eyes are. It should be that, you know. But sometimes it's like, you know, so I'm not covering every detail about how to draw faces and heads here, okay? Just showing some basics on this thing. But you can put like a nose and a mouth line if you want to, and some eyes lines. So you put the hairline where the hair starts there. You put some little ears around the sides here. The ears usually, bottom of the ear starts where the nose starts, and the top of the ears start where the eyebrows start. Okay, that's how it would be, like that kind of a line. So this kind of a line. Okay, mouth would be about there. And you know, it's all right to do it like that. It's okay to do it like you know, do a circle, a sphere, and say, okay, that's where it is. See, okay, he's there. He's looking on this side. Now we can see the direction of where he's focusing on. Right. I just put two circles in to make it simple for myself for the eyes. See, 1, 2, on here and here, and then one over here and here. And on the side, we can put a little line to show where the ear is. An ear on the side. Sometimes I think it's good to put the ears in. I'm looking kind of down from this angle here. So if you put the ears in, it kind of helps you as well to get the feeling of which direction you're looking. And when you've got that hairline in, you can do that. You can put it like this, you know, or like this. You know, that's a pretty good thing to do. And it's good to have like these little marks. Sometimes even they're not going to have a spiky hair style necessarily, but by putting in a few lines like that, it gives you something to work around later when you're drawing a hairstyle around it on another layer. Trust me. And this is something that I really find is very, very, very useful. Very, very useful. Okay. Put a nose here, a mouth here. You can come down, do that pointy chin, as I say. Nose there, see? Okay, come here. And, you know, it's perspective and stuff, so I'm just doing a quick rough thing, as I say. You know, this eyeball looks like it's flying out of his head. Well, let's come over here. Come over here, see? Nose, mouth. Come down here. Come up and do that and join it up to the chin. And again, another thing is like it goes to the back like this. See that? Around the whole circle. It's like that. And it goes up to the ear, right? From the jaw. But you like, imagine it goes to the back here. Let's see. From the back here. This is the shape. Slightly in on the eyes, let's see there. But that's what we do, and then this comes back in there and goes down to the neck. The neck slightly on the angle. That connects back up a bit. But because you've got all these like lines for the hair, so you know you can work out where the hair goes and all that, and you've got the hairline and everything, so it works in good. Now noting what I said a minute ago, very clearly, very importantly, is when you do a head, I've found two things. One, I want to say it doesn't have to be a circle, obviously. You can make it a kind of oval shape as well, okay? Oval. So it's like an oval shape. This is already kind of like an oval shape, right? But let's just go in here a bit more oval, okay? Longer. Slightly longer. Don't worry too much. Tell you in your mind it's a ball. You know, it's like round enough that you're not going to get confused with perspective. Be loose about it. You can kind of adjust it as you go anyway. Okay, now. So a centre line down the middle to show the direction, right, where the nose is going to be on, okay? But you don't do that first. You can if you want to, but I do a line across for the hair. So hair, eyes, nose, mouth, just in there, just below. Centre line here, okay? Now I don't do the eyebrows and all that business like a lot of people do. I just like to go in here and do two circles now, two shapes, ovals for the eyes. Very important. Very important. Now, how big or small It's going to depend on you. So if you wanted to put like another line in or whatever, make that bigger one and work it, it's up to you. You can put like a load of lines in if you want to give yourself more of a guide, and put the eyebrows as well if you want to. But I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not doing that. You can put them on the line. Okay, not above it. I wouldn't. But that line there would be with the start at the top of the eyes for me, or it would be the centre of the eyes. So you can put them like just below it, but you just kind of gauge it yourself. Kind of, it doesn't make too much of a difference. You get the basic idea, right? It looks like an alien, but you go there, and you can put some ears from there. You see, and that's that. That's basically that, right? And that basically there is basically that. That is basically it. So if I was doing another thing from the other side, here, hair, eyes, nose, mouth, right, a line from the side now, the ear would be about here. And what happens is as it comes forward, it comes out a bit like that. You adjust it when you draw your real face, coming in a bit to the eyes. So the eye would be here on the side, nose about there. So you notice how that nose is on the bottom of the ear line, and the eye, just the top of the eyes there, would be eyebrows usually, but it's where the top of the ears go. And then the mouth's going to be, where's the mouth? Hold on. Well, eyes, nose, mouth, right? So the mouth would be about here, yeah, that's what I'm saying, on that bottom line. You can adjust it, the position, if you want to be. I've just drawn it a bit above the line, don't matter. And you can do all that, and do your chin and all that business if you want, and come up to here now, come up to here. And this top bit here, you get this thing where it's like a mask almost, you see. But you draw these little lines around, see, back of the head about here, remembering that this would really resemble this. It goes from here all the way to the back of the head and then comes round, okay? But you don't do that. You don't draw it on there. You just keep it like a guide. It just goes up here, as angled as you want to get it there it goes from the ear down to the chin, all right? But this back of the head, it does separate off where the hair is going to go. So it'd be like here. See? And this is where the hair starts. So it's about here, let's say here. And I'm going to follow the tops of those spikes around, you see? Just around here. It goes all around the back, here, and here, and here, and here. I'm just going to like cut it down a bit if I want to. Up to me. Right. And then go here. Back of the neck here. Put a little line there. Join that up. See? You can be wearing a top or whatever. See? And that would fit nicely. The eyes would not look like that. You design the eyes and the face in general. So you might have smaller eyes, a bigger nose, whatever. You just work it a wider, slightly face, longer face. You just work as you do. So this is what I've been learning and trying to teach myself, and this is why I'm making this video, just for me. So let me just show you here. Now, I'll show you and show me. So let's say I'll do a quick character here. So I've put a little bit of a neck in. Yeah, body here. I might want to go straight in and do a shoulder, and then this goes here. From shoulder to hand, and I might put a little elbow in as well. You can guess what the guy's doing, can't you? Giving someone an ice cream. No, he's punching. And I'll do this here. Again, you might look at certain things and you might say, that doesn't look good, Richard. You might go here and you might say, come here, and I might say, decide to just do a basic position, I like to be nice and loose about it. See? So a little thing like that, see? You haven't got to keep erasing, just go nice and natural, boom, boom, boom. This goes here, that goes there, see, bam, boom, boom, see, boom, 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 and it's quickly in there, and you get a basic shape, right? Now what I'm going to say is, when you do that, there you go, you know what I'm saying? You're ready, so that's the basic thing. So if we do another guy over here, we just do two, this one, right, and we just have him like that. It's so simple. You haven't got to worry. Just like think, it's like, oh no, maybe he's holding the gun. Okay, okay. He's like, oh no, put your hands up. Don't kill me, right? So you put the head here. See, put the hands up there. See, the neck, boom, boom, boom. and that goes there. See how I do that like a socket? Sometimes I'll do it like a shoulder. Sometimes it's like a socket. I'm imagining that this sack of potatoes, whatever it is wearing clothes. You know, underpants and a fucking t-shirt, right? We're gonna put this here though, center there, see? And that's there. And then you can join it with you put the joints on, and then you do that, join it up. See? You can put these on as well if you want to. The shoulders, the elbows, hands as well. Yeah, you can just join it up. See, join it up. See, like that. But what I'm saying is it doesn't matter. See, it doesn't matter when you, in terms of that. It's the head part. You see, now this is the thing. The head part, we've got to get it kind of right. Yeah, position as well. But it's like once we have this understood, so I put that ear in there. We put the circles in there. You see, I could have him looking at the camera like, yeah. I was saying I could go there. See, like here. So hairline, eyes line, nose line, mouth line. The eyes here, I know that, see? Comes in here, just put a little line up. Okay, ear goes here. Boom, 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 bang. Strap here, see? Up there, see? And then go up, up, up. Do a few hair lines, not for a hairstyle, no. It's because this will help you to draw the real hair later, after you've done it. See, so I know that's there, right? Put a little nose if you want to, but I don't do that. I just keep it like a basic shape here. See, so I go round and then come up. You know, you can put a bit of a chin if you want, like that kind of a shape to give yourself the understanding. Now, to me, I feel that is the best way to do it. I feel not the best, but the best for a basic design. You know. Now look, if I go here, see, if I go here. And I go here and I go like, okay, he's doing his moves. See, I'm not even drawing the body yet. I just started to do the arms like straight away. I might start with the shoulders like that, or I might just go straight away with like the arms, you see, and then I might put a spine in to give myself some guidance and just do these lines. You see what I'm saying? From there, I know already in my mind, I'm seeing, in my mind, I can see this potato bag, if you will, this body. I can see it, you see? So I'm just doing off the fly. I'm just doing that. See the head. See, that's there. See, I do the arms, and then I do the spine. See, you see they're in action, and then his legs there. That's his knee, by the way, down there, by the way. Okay, and I know where it is. See, so from here, I know that arm's a little bit rushed there. I was just doing it quickly to show you. But so, for example, if I move over here, and we adjust things as I say. About here, bang, boom, so you deselect, bam. When I do that, I can just draw the body in anyway as I go. That can be there. I can start to put my joints in and everything. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And from here, we just join it up. The foot's about there, the ankle there, fair enough. You see what I'm saying? Okay, and don't worry, you say, well, I don't want the body to look like that, Richard. Yeah, we understand you don't want the body to look like that. But what I'm saying is, you know, you change that later when you draw the real character. You change it. You don't make it look like exactly like you. You get the basic idea right, but because you'll be doing a basic, what do you call it, sketch as well. After you've done this, you won't just draw your perfect character on top necessarily, maybe, but not necessarily. What you'll be doing is you'll be doing a sketch, right? So you can obviously change it even more. I can even erase this on the fly. I can erase my sketch on the fly. You know, I can change a few things as I'm going. And what I'll do is I'll do that. See, I put a little line for the ear, put all that in. And I think this is the most important thing, getting those poses in. Or I don't like to use the word pose necessarily. Get your positions in, you know. understand what the characters are actually doing, you know, and just work it out, you know what I mean, as you go along. This will be very faint. You make it very faint when you do it. See, like this. So I put my shoulders in if I want to. Feel the movement. Understand what the character's doing. Fix it up as you go. Nice and fluid if need be. But get them solid, you know, positions as well. You know what I'm saying? So you might be holding a sword or something. I don't know. Here, I don't know. See what I'm saying? Let's just imagine. Okay, so he's coming here. And from here, and I put the head in now. See, and I go in using that as a guide. Top of the head, the hairline, eyes line, centre down the middle, nose, mouth, up to here, ear on the side, little circles in here. The neck is under here. Don't worry too much. Join up there. It's not a perfect deltoid. You would fix that later, as I say, if you're wondering. Fix that part of the muscle there, but it's not a thing there. So that goes in and down a bit there. Here to the point, boom. Up here, this is this, boom, boom, boom. See, fix it all in. As you start to work it, it becomes a real body. See, the elbow comes here. Okay. Hold on. This would be like this. Nice. Okay, nice. Pretty good. You can fix it if it looks a little bit too slim or bold, or what, you know, the build of it, if everything's looking like too wide or whatever it is. But it's definitely a good way to practice. Coming in here, and then you know we're working with this. So we're working with this potato bag, this pillow / stick figure / real body, you know. Okay, so coming down here, I know that the torso's about here. I can go back to deciding to draw it like a torso, like pieces, or I can keep that muscle thing going if I feel comfortable with it, you know. And just because we draw the muscle doesn't mean that it's going to be a muscly character and all this, so he's like not going to be wearing any clothes. No, it's because it's just to set you up so you can feel and understand where the body is going. Now you can see this leg doesn't look right, unless the knee is coming really close towards us. Maybe that's the only way we can fix that. So you know, that's one way of doing it. I guess you could do it like that, and it kind of works. You do it that way, maybe. See, and I think I've fixed it, but I was going to say if you didn't want to do it that way, you'd have to fix that knee. So they're about there and fix it. See, again. So, and notice by having having those joints in there, as I say, and the stick figure in place, everything starts to work better. You may need to adjust things, as you can see, adjust things as you go. So, excuse me. Raising this and raise this, see, and go over here and go to this one here. You can resize things if you need to. Like this looks a little bit too big, I think, right? So move that there, shrink it, boom, boom, cut it down. This one again, also it needs to be moved a little bit here to the position about here, and go bang, boom, boom, and then you're ready. See, this arm also a little bit too long, but what I'm trying to say is you get better as you go, and not only that, you work with your stick figure. So your stick figure in the beginning, when we first drew that stick figure with the arms, I just did the head and the wavy noodle lines, right? When I did that, the problem was that the lines were just too long. So just work out your points, work out where the shoulders and arms and everything go, and you just look at you, and you start to see, this head looks a bit too big, unless he's an alien or a kid. Similar thing, that you're going to shrink it down, see? And you can see, even though I make his head really small like that now he looks like he's a really strong guy, right? So just put it like this. And you say, yeah, but now his neck's fucked up, Richard. You just took his head off. No. I didn't take his head off, okay? What I did is I decapitated the bastard. No, what I did is I've basically, and I know I'll see lots of problems and mistakes with this once I've made this video, once I see it back, but what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm working with this base. Don't forget, this is a base. It's not the real thing. So you bring this down and you start to do a sketch of your character on top of this, either the proper one or a sketch. Once you've done a sketch of the proper character on another layer above this, you will then see more what it's going to look like, because I can see straight off the bat some things are looking a bit weird. If I flip it like that, you see things sometimes too. Not only that, you can see other few things. Looking at the motion as well, just very quickly. I don't want to touch on this for too much here. His upper body seems like it's going a little bit in that direction. His lower body's like there. That fist is going in that direction. But if you notice, he's kind of like going back that direction. There, he's like see his whole body. This part of the body is like going in that direction almost, and that's there. Weird, right? It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. I'll say that, you give it like he's kind of like twisted in, but the arm is coming across his body, but the body is still kind of too much facing us. I feel here. I don't know. And then this arm is like just like floating up here, like what is he doing? Saying, "Come here." I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Like he's trying to catch his hat that just blew away in the wind. I don't know. See. So it's not 100% right. I can take this here, but it's just teaching yourself to look at what you're doing. See, better. It's what I say. Practicing a certain kind of art. It's like a monkey. No, practicing a certain kind of art is good, not just for practicing art. It's also good for practicing your mind focus and awareness of various things and what you're doing yourself as well. Let me just delete this for a second. So taking it back to the basics again now. Here, if I do a head, excuse me, here, and do a head like that. Do a head, bitch. If I do a head here, right? I'm just going like really, really loose, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So we're ready, aren't we? See, that could be the guy there. He's ready to do his martial arts or whatever, maybe he's holding a sword or whatever it could be, Right? And you get the idea, right? So either way, you can do these things pretty easy. See, this here, I'm not seeing much of the neck because of the way it's done. Okay, there you go. So I might just do the torso. I might even do this. Sometimes we do the torso like that, a ball for the gut area, and then this little part for the pelvis. You can do that like that if you want to. Put neck in there, whatever. So I might want to break it up into those three parts if I wanted to, just to get it as comfortable as I want to have it. Adjusting positions of things like knees and elbows on the fly, like this here. I want to put it like that to make him stand better, understanding how the guy's standing. So this here, like that. And so we've got this thing going on. Put a couple of ears on there. Put quite a big head again. This guy, like a kid almost, but you can shrink it if you want to. There you go. And then now actually it looks a bit better. Depends on what you're doing. It really, really depends. That goes up to there. The neck could be in there, And you've got this basic thing again with this arm here. It should be a little bit closer, I think, about here. Let's just shrink that again here a little bit because it's too big. So you can work things out a little bit better. Okay, this arm here looks a little bit too long. And I'm not saying every time you should do this, like cut him up and move him around. No. I'm just saying this is just one thing you can do. This is a way you can work with things. So once this is done, see, like this, you can have a basic look at the thing. See, like I want to head in here. Just even like I'm moving it around, I'm ignoring certain details now, as you can see. But I'm just like following the basic, the basic body here, see? Because that's what I used to do anyway. I used to like to go in, and it's a very good thing. I'm doing it now, so just go in and do like a basic shape on top of the stick figure that we had, but adjusted. See, look, I can see that leg's kind of in the wrong place there. So I'm just doing it like that. And what do we have? A much better, I think, representation. So what that is saying is we don't need to have that first face I drew and things like. We don't have to use it even. Just we understand the basic idea of the angling of this character. Once I move this away, you can see now here, although it looks like the details are there, it's like a cluttered mess compared to what we have on the other side. So if I just delete this one now, we've got the basic idea. We can give the guy a pair of fucking underpants before he gets his cold. There. And I will put that extra details in now. Like I'll put the torso there, the muscles, a few things. You can break him up as if you want to, but the idea is to just keep him very, very simple, Here, I've not done real fingers. I've just done a very, very simple, as you can see, very simple thing there. Okay, muscles here. Because some of these muscles you won't see underneath the clothes. I can go on top of that and put some more muscles if I want to. So put these lines in if I want to. Centre line down the groin there, yes, but it's just there for, whatever. Adam's apple. Nose, you can put a line there for the nose. Mouth line if you want to. But I don't like to go in. See, I don't want to go too much into that area to make it too much, detail. Eyebrows line if you wanted to. So. Okay. So it's like a mixture of that. There's muscles down there if you wanted to put them in. So you put a little few things there if you wanted to, calves. And you see, and, fixing it up a bit. As I'm not even the best at drawing anatomy and stuff. I find it really difficult. But what do we get? We get something that we can use somewhat. And I think this should be a little bit over here. That's better. Good. Now put this here. That could be a hand. If you want to break them off like that, you can do that also. You can do that. This is, again, still setting up the basic thing. But, again, we don't really want to be using too much time doing this because you're breaking it up, you're doing this, you're doing that. You don't want to end up going far away from your original sketch. But, again, remember, if you are working with, like, let's say 2 figures, and I've got one guy here, let's imagine, okay, he's doing this, he's doing a kick, let's say here, yeah. So easy. So when you start thinking about the moves, and this guy's getting kicked, say, from here, you can see just like literally like that. It's just literally a bag with like noodle arms and legs, literally like that. So when you like that, say, on the side here, say, boom, whatever, you know what I mean? You know the positioning of where they are, is what I'm trying to say. You already know. Yeah, I already know. No. You already know. You already know where they are. So if I do more like detailed pictures on top of this, like levels to it, like I just showed you a moment ago, you will know because you'll be adjusting them both, like the basic positioning of both of them on the fly as you go anyway. You don't want to do a perfect, picture on top of this guy and then everything's adjusted and he's doing a big kick and is so out of proportion and now you're having to draw the other guy somewhere else on the page. You don't want that like that, That's not a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Now, let's get into the faces thing before my brain explodes. But before I do that, one more thing quickly actually first. Hands, just quickly again. So when I'm doing the hands, sometimes I might do the wristing. I might just go like that and just do some, some fingers and stuff like that. I might just put these. These represent the bits bent around. See now these are these. It's hard to like speak sometimes. To tell you. You just have to look. Wrist here. So you know what I'm saying. That finger's too long. The middle finger's longer. Yeah. We put the parts in, obviously the 3 parts. But I'm just saying, well, sometimes you do it like, sometimes I'll be in here where I'll do like a spiky thing like this. I'll just do like spiky hand just for quickness. I know it looks funny. You know, I'll do like that. It looks funny, I know, but what you do is you go on top and you do proper ones, see? You do proper hands on top, see? I mean, I know that's not very good. I'm not the best at drawing, but I'm just saying, like, you do try to do proper ones on top, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So there, I'll put a few lines across, maybe, do that. Now, his hand's fairly spread out. He's pretty flexible with that hand, isn't he? This guy's got a flexible hand. Yeah. I've got a long thumb as well. Good for picking your nose with if you've got big nostrils. So here, see, and then I know it's not that good, but you see what I'm saying though. You can see like what I mean. Like you can do a hand on top of a spiky hand. It's another way of doing it. It's nice to keep nice and loose. Don't forget. This is something I have to keep in mind for myself. Like doing this, boom, just get the motion in. I might just do the spine rather than do the body. Just literally do the spine, as I say. See, just the motion. See, so this guy's ducking underneath a punch. See, you just imagine he's there. His arms are both there. See, he's there. So, you know what I'm saying? Just do the motion of the lines. A kick. You know, the spine's here. The head's here. The hand's coming back. This is the leg here. See what I'm saying? So I know that when I do my characters, I know what I'm doing. See, I can just go from that kind of a shape. I bring that down. You see what I'm saying? And that's a very, very good way to work. Very, very, very good way to work, actually. And I'm just thinking out loud while I'm talking. While I'm drawing, so coming here, see? Now you can see. So having that guide in the beginning is sometimes a good thing to do, like that. You can see now, you can have a nice loose feeling of the motion, still thinking in 3D, yes. It's not 3D, but we're thinking in 3D. You know what I'm saying? So to understand that guy's further back, you know, this here. You know what I'm saying? For the bodies, right? Neck here, head here. Neck, right there. See, and so then we start off with these nice loose, like sort of noodle lines. Then come here, then do this. I know it looks like utter shit. I know that, but you bring it down. See, and then from here, then what you could do, rather than going and drawing the proper character straight away, is you could go then and do, you know, the pieces again within this. So working out where that shoulder goes, elbow goes, wrist if you wanna, and then I'm just a square for that fist there punching. Joining it up on the fly as well if you want to, as you're going along. See? I think that is another good way you can do it. Back of the neck, the ears on that side, I know that. Do lines if you want. Top of the head, by the way, you can also do a cross if you want to. So the face and then the top of the head. Up to you. Okay, this is it. Remember, they're just like wooden dummies. They're just literally dummies, okay? So you're coming in here again. So you've got your whole beanbag sort of body thing, like I said before, going on, okay? With the underpants thing, so let's do it without drawing the leg for a second. You know, and this is the torso, right? So you can like break it up if you want to and do it like that. Spine down the middle. We're not seeing much of the spine because it's twisted on the side. But it'd be like, it goes in a bit the back anyway. You have the shoulder blades and all the rest of it. You want to go into that, all the detail, but we're not doing that right now, as I say. Right? Just making sure everything's in the right sizing, you know what I'm saying? You know, zero. The shoulder here for the, the hip, right? That goes down there to a knee, which I would have drawn in, but you can't see it here. A line back there, same thing. You could draw the goddamn arse in later on if you want to put the cheeks in, right? You want to put the cheeks in. There, elbow here. There's a shoulder on the back, obviously there. It just joins back up to there. Okay, this goes here, and then you can draw the lines in as well. It's okay, and then go to here. Again, you may want to adjust it even still, and that's fine. Any time before you're doing the actual real picture is absolutely fine. Okay, back of the neck will be about there, probably actually. You know, as I say, you've got to adjust as you go. You know, you've got to adjust. So hold on. So I'm just trying to do a bit of a shoulder blade there. I don't know. Okay, not too good, but you know, it was a loose thing anyway. You can go here. Fix it up a bit, as I say, see, to make things work a bit better if you want to. If you think things are looking a bit out of proportion, again, or position, you can move it back to here. Like I'm doing here, you can see me do it. You can know me do it. And remember, they're just dummies. They're just dummies. So this one again here, head, right? I've decided to go with a bit of a point there I put in as well, but you can put them in if you want. Put the details as you go in as well. You know, I might want to do it a bit like on that side, see now? So here, hairline, eyes, nose, mouth, boom, little circles. Remember for the eye, ears there, eyes there, sorry. That's there, I put these in, these joints in, you know. You can do them one by one at a time if you want to, so it's totally fine, you know. You see what I'm saying? So that goes about there, right? Ooh, careful, see? And I think it's going to work all right. You can do if you're not confident, you can do another line to make sure you get the right length. It's like not already the right length, you know. If it's not the right length, you know. So I know that, for example, I know that this. Believe me, I know. No, I know that this is a bit, say, too much. You even move things, but I'm not going to do that. But I'm just going to go with it for now, though, just to show you. So here, right. Straight down to the chest if you want to, then the torso. It's up to you. Just work it however you feel comfortable, see. This is the potatoes again, don't forget. Here, over to here. You know, and this starts to work out a bit of an armpit there you might want to do. See, this goes up to there. That'll be about there actually, but you know, kind of thing. That kind of arced in, but you know, and then this guy would do a quick one here. Bam, hip about there. Let's go and join it up. See, to do these little bits, if you want to put these little bits in, you can. Little triangle for the foot there works fine. Join it up there. The other hip's on the other side. We're not seeing much of that. This leg's going to go back down there. This goes here. Arse cheeks there. That goes up there. Just doing this. This should be the spine, basically. The spine from up here. But what I'm doing is I'm just doing like a more like in the centre just to give myself some guidance. Elbow about there. See? That's their neck there, doing the head in there. You might have to adjust it a bit, doesn't matter. You might need to turn the page even. Depends what you want to do. Hairline, eyes line, nose line, mouth line. That goes up to the side there. The ears go in there. Eye goes there. Okay, this goes there. Boom, this is the torso. This goes back here to the elbow. Bam, bam, boom, boom, boom. And then this goes down here where you put it in the rest of the that bottom part, so the pelvis. Chest lines might come in as the same when you're doing them. You know, back there, okay. And, you know, if you want to put your hair in and all that business, you can do that again, can't you, anyway, you know. So with something like that, which came from basically just doing what we started off with, was just what we started off with. Before we did this one, before we did this, we started with, if you remember, a head, oh, excuse me, hold on, a head, right? So we started with a head, literally like noodle lines. Do you remember? And I did this, boom, and I went here, oh, and I went like that. Boom, boom. I didn't even draw the other the shape around it. You know, so you've got the noodle lines, noodle bodies like that. Then you draw this on top of it. Then you fix it up with details. You see what I'm saying? Then you bring that down, and you're ready basically now, I'd say, to go and do your proper characters, which we still not started talking about faces yet, which I'm supposed to be talking about in this video. I'm not going to touch on it too much, but I hope this video has been quite useful for you guys. Let me just have a little look. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm not going to draw faces from all different angles. We're just going to do it simple here. Before I do that, I'll show you some of the faces that I've been drawing recently. So I've been drawing some pictures recently. Yesterday I've done some drawing, not too good again, just rough sketches, but the last couple of days actually I've been trying to draw some faces and do some designs, right? And on this guy here, a bit ugly looking. It's rough pictures, rough, as I say, rough sketches. This here, doing some more baby kind of styles of the body there, but still rough. You know, this here, not too good, I know. This one I did a different way. And then this, it's rough stuff, very rough. This again, a face here, going with a different method of drawing faces there, but still. And here again. Okay. So I'm not the best artist, but I prefer drawing, and I prefer to draw than use AI, man. For fuck's sake. Come on. But let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, with a face, you can hide. No. I'm going to do this here. Notice how I've done it a bit pointy towards the chin, and it's an oval kind of shape. Just turn it in position a little bit, zoom in a bit. So from here, and I'm going to size this up a bit bigger, size-wise, just so we can get a nice kind of, whatever in, you know. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to size it up a bit bigger, actually. Why is it catching that bit of the picture? I'm going to go over there and go to hairline, eyes line, right, nose line, mouth line, centre line down the middle, ears, and then I put 2 circles. Notice that there's the width of a third eye's distance between the 2 eyes, like an extra space. And beside the eyes, you've got about a bit of a half an eye sort of space between each side within here, like say here and here, like there's a bit of space between them, right? And a half an eye's distance between the 2 eyes, as I say. Okay, the eyebrow would be above here. That's where the hairline, but that's where the top of the ears line would fit, and the bottom of the ear comes where the nose line is. Okay, but you can adjust the faces, as I say. Now let's go over here and just show you something. Right, so I'm going to copy this like a copycat. I'm going to duplicate that there, merge it down, bring that down here, and we'll do a few. I don't know how many we do. But we will see, right? Duplicate, put it down here. Okay, I'm going to put this about here and move this one here. Merge them down, make them smaller. Yesterday's gone, today's the order. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to make this, I want to move them a little bit so we've got enough space to draw a little bit of hair. I don't want to do a lot, but I've done 8. Shit. Bring it down nice and light. Turn on the light before you fight. Okay, I'm going to bring this down here. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go over here, man. Here I am. I'm going to go over here, and you're going to see me. I'm going to go over here. Trust me. I'm going to do different kinds of faces. So look, if I go here, we can go. What I'm saying is this circle is a fairly large shape, but you could go in and do like smaller eyes, couldn't you, if you wanted to? I could go in here and do smaller, you know what I mean, eyes or bigger eyes, really. A couple of eyebrows on there. I'm doing some rough eyebrows there. Yes, I've gone for that kind of a shape there, see? put that in there. See, and I'll just, just doing a basic thing. Oh. So with a head like that, you put like a pointy chin or whatever, we just did a basic thing. I'm not doing proper faces like in all their glory, let's go in here. You can do whatever you want to do. You can put like some rough hair designs in to start off with and then draw the proper one. Remember, these are only rough sketches first. You draw your proper characters in later, see? And I know the guy's face is pretty squared off, so you could make it a bit longer if you're not happy with that. It depends how you want it, move things around the mouth and stuff like that as well. Yeah, and you get the look. Is it a bigger mouth, a smaller mouth, things like that, or maybe a shorter chin and things like that. You can kind of work things a certain way until you get the idea. Now, noticing one thing just off the bat, I didn't do. Let me lock this layout to be careful. I didn't do the that hair business like I was talking about before. I should have done it before I copied and pasted it, the thing. But you see, we've got the hairline here, right? So you'd have a fringe come in here, or it'd just be sticking up like Mr. Flash, one of these YouTubers. What you do is you go here, you just scribble around that shape, just on the outside of the head, either way, right? It could be lines, like I said, just doing lines. Either way, something to give you a base is what I'm saying. It can give you a base, but it can't give you a face. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go back. Right, and I'm going to bring this down. I think the smart thing to do right now would be to bloody copy the thing, really. God, hold on. Let me copy it. Move it here. It's not perfectly in position. I know, but, it's okay. Bring that up for a second. Boom. I think you know what I'll do. Because I'm lazy. I want to copy these off here. Get that off there as well. I think that's the thing actually I was seeing earlier. Oh, hold on. Duplicate a few times, get that nice and strong. Merge them down. Bring that down. Bring that down a little bit. Duplicate that. Excuse me, guys. Now, move this down. Oh, no. Bring that up there. Merge. Top to bottom, and then bring it down. Lock it. Which you can still change the opacity after you've locked it. Next layer. So yeah, I like to go just really natural and fast usually, because they're just rough sketches anyway. See, but what I like to do sometimes is not even bother too much. So if you go in here, not bother too much. What do you say? Go in here, just do just like a really thing like that. Put a straight line. Just go nice and simple. And I find a face like that can work pretty well sometimes. Come in here, put a few spikes in. Join up your eyebrows a bit more if you want, And that is a simple guy who auditioned for the Pokemon show, but he wasn't given the job. Fix it a bit if it's looking a bit too, wrong size or whatever. So there you go. That's one way of doing things. Kind of reminds me of one of my characters from one of my shows. Another one you can do is longer eyes, obviously. So you could do something like that. Something along them lines, You could do that. Bit cartoony, stuff like that. Bigger mouth if you want to. Get them down here nice and kind of fast, And what you could do is you could do any kind of style. So I'm just going to go like that very naturally. Squaring it off a little bit on the hair there, see? So you've got that longer eyes than this guy, but you can see, but we're still using the same circular structure for the eye sockets, basically what they are, right? This one over here, we could do some little round eyes like this. Give him a big nose. Or something like that. Yeah. Do some funny eyebrows if you want, like this kind of thing. It's up to you, really. Do some funny little details like that. Maybe he's an old man. Maybe he looks like an old man. I think so. Don't know. Or maybe not. You can like a bit of a bigger chin, something like that. Maybe I don't know. Something like this, you see. Put some lines. He could be a baldy man. He could be. You could put some hair here. See, like an old man. Kind of big face, old man. Got here. See. Put a few like little bits of hair on top if you want. You know. So that's okay. You can do that as well. So you get different kinds of faces like this. And I like to do it like this, right? Then you come over here, you can go 1, 2, straight looking eyes, okay? Maybe put these in here. And it's when you loosen up and be so relaxed, I find everything works out better. I'm just joying. I don't know why he's looking quite angry there. I don't know why. Little nose there. This one's got a very, very serious face, this man. You can see his face looks very, very serious. He's playing no game, man. He's not playing with you, this guy. Whew. He's not playing with anyone. He looks like he's really happy. He said, yeah, I found a new girlfriend. His face, look. Not you. He said, me. Not you. See? So it's coming on pretty. He just looks very confident. I think he looks like he's very confident. So sometimes when you do those eyebrows and you do a different kind of expression or a different kind of serious, straight looking lines and things like for the eyes, they just got a serious kind of look on his face. And I think it's a good thing to do, like a little sheet like this for like clothes or faces. I was going to say or clothes because you get variations, of different kinds of faces you can look at. Keep as a reference, so you can come back and you can look again in the future what you did before. That's why I'm making this video for me. So I can remember something in the future when I'm very busy and I don't get much time. I can come back and I can look at my videos. That's what I did. And I'm happy that I do things like this. See, be smart. Record your ideas. In your life. Record the things you do, your creations, and your ideas. Record it on video. It doesn't matter if it's for YouTube to show everybody or if it's just for yourself. Just do something good, show yourself. So in the future, you can come back and you can learn about you, and remind yourself things about what you want to be doing. Well, let's do some more now quickly. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, especially when you see it working. Nice and calm with some thin lines here. I'm going to go in here. Notice how all of those are absolutely the same, the sockets. So a rounded kind of like triangular rounded kind of eyes for this one. Kind of a bit rough. Kind of round on the top as well. I wouldn't even kind of straight on the top really, but it's okay to do these small pupils, I find sometimes. Not necessarily for bad characters, baddies. Sometimes it makes them look a bit like they've got a mad, crazy stare, And the nostrils I've done like this, you see, for this character. But it's like sometimes it's like no, it can work for any characters. I'm going to give this guy these kind of eyebrows and a funny expression as well. Okay, and I'm going to give him a different hairstyle in a moment. I don't know what kind of hairstyle. Give him the same kind of long face, a pointy sort of face, Very wide jaw. I think he's got a very wide jaw there, I must say. Notice how I'm a little bit soft as well on this. Got straight lines when you need them, but a bit loose and cartoony because I want to have it kind of cartoony. You know? Let's give this guy a spiky kind of okay, one of those kind of like spiky ones. Yeah? Let's go with that. Spiky kind of hairstyle. I'm kind of rushing it, I must say. I am rushing this one, but again, I don't want to take all day. I've got a lot of things to do. So I want to do this. I've got a lot of crap to do actually today. But I want to just you know, do this nicely and quickly enough. Because this is for a reason I'm doing this. It's not just for fun. I'm doing this so that I can have something to work from myself, from some of the shows I'm working on now. Sometimes I do designs like this and I look at them and I think, wow, that was cool. I want to keep it for a character. Now, sometimes I look at things and I think, okay, similar kind of hairstyles and stuff might come a bit down in here, see, like this. If I want to, you can do this kind of thing as well. Gives it a slightly different feel, you say. Okay, cool. Cool. He said, yeah, cool. It's very cool. I'm going to go here. If you give them glasses and all that kind of stuff, or hats, it's up to you, of course. Now I want to do something simple with this one. You can see the first face I did up here, the first one. I just adjust it a little bit there. It was very rounded on the eyes, very rounded around the eyes. You can see that. And leave that eyebrow the way it is, by the way, on the right there. But you can see that if you look. No. But it's like I want to go with a round one again here. But like very round, which I'll show you, like for example here. I can even go all the way around, like if I want to, like this. And I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put a little line down here as well though. Little pupils in here. And I'm gonna go with the eyebrow just above there. Kind of like I don't know, intrigued kind of look on his face. Putting the ears in. Sometimes you might want to do the ears first, you know. Okay, don't worry too much about the ears, just like a wavy line like that. And I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go down, and kind of, I'm going for a roundish kind of look this time. I don't know why. He's Mr. Egghead. I don't like it. I don't like it. So you can erase that. Okay, go back down here a little bit, maybe. Hold on. Ooh. Here, and then go here. Yep, that's better. Straight. You still want that straight kind of thing. Sometimes they might have a flatter kind of chin. You can do that if you want to. I'll go with this way. Okay. Good. Now from here, I'm going to go with a different hairstyle. We're going to go on this side. On the side here. I need to get my hair cut soon as well. That's why I'm wearing the hat today. Let's go. I was going to put a bit more here. Let's go. Okay. Cut up to here. On top of the head resting where it is. Good. And something like that. And something here. And we just go like that and just put it all the way around, I think. And that's all. That's nice enough. Yeah. Some lines across here maybe. And I think he's okay. This part here I want to fix because it looks a little bit too narrow. The line, yeah. Thank you for watching. We've got two more to do. Let's have a look. What can we do with these two? And I know they're all male characters. I'm not drawing any female ones today, but you know we can do. Cause that old man there with the wide chin. I don't know why I give him that. I could have this old man. I could have just simply brought him back down to like that kind of a shape. Does he look better like that? I think he does. You know. Let's do that. Let's fix that old man there. Make him like this. Still keep that kind of squared off chin, but let's just erase some of these areas here. I'll probably come back to this video at some point and not realise that I changed this part here, but if I just see the start bit, but it doesn't make a difference, you know. Either way looks good. Enough. I'll go to this one now. Okay, let's go here. What other different kind of eyes can we do? Let's have a look. Two different kinds. There's many, many different kinds we can do. While I'm thinking about it, though, I'm going to come in here maybe. Yes, this one. Triangular eyes. Now, this one, you can just do it in. See how rough I've gone with the lines there, because I was not very confident. You can just do it like this anyway. But sometimes for this one, for some reason, for this one, I've got a certain way I like doing it. Now, I'm okay with this the way it is so far. It looks okay to me. But what I'm saying is sometimes with this particular one, this particular kind of a style, I like to go like this, do a guide first. Not to overcomplicate things, I know, but I like to come down here and then come across again and then do like an X kind of shape like this and then join it up. It's the way I like to do it. And then come back up again for some of the eyebrows and the nose comes in here and the mouth. It's just a way I like doing it, okay? You can always adjust the height of the mouth. Don't worry too much. Or the nose, the length of the nose. You can have a smaller nose, a longer nose. Don't worry. Wider mouth, more narrow mouth. Don't worry. But anyway, bringing this down. That's an extra guide, an extra thing. And I'll keep this here for a bit of a reference, I think. This was a reference, right? Yeah, I'm going to choose that. It's a black, isn't it? It's almost black. Yeah. I'm going to go over here. Let's fix him up a bit. Okay, go over here. And go with that guide, as I say. So, and just use it. So, because it just helps a bit more, I think. Sometimes you want to zoom in more. Sometimes you want to zoom out more. You draw it either. You know, you can go here, or you can go like, or as I say, watch this. You can also go rather than go here. You can also go down this way and then come in here, which is the more, normal way people would usually do that. Or some people do it. And this guy's got a really serious look. But again, if I go up here, it looks a bit like that guy on the right over here, right? This guy, top of the screen, this guy on the top, looks like that, right? It doesn't look like that actually, in some way. But this one's a bit more squared down a bit more, whereas this next one is really like triangular. This one we're doing now, this one currently. Yeah, the eyebrows is coming down, another line down, and then join it. So here, you can do it either way, just here, here, okay. Put some other little lines in if you want to. A few lines there. You can do a broken line or a normal line. Here, okay, good. Just work the length as you will. Okay. The ears just nice and naturally. Here, and then we're going to go down here and go, whoom. So by the mouth, just by the mouth, you've got that jawline, see? And this is we're doing all these faces from the front, don't forget, in this particular video I've done for you here. Now, I'm not going to give him some mad spiky style this time. I'm going to give him like really simple. Look at this. I'm going to go here. Really short. In fact, we can move him down a bit like that to get it right there. Okay, whatever. I've just adjusted, the what do you call it? I've adjusted the what do you call it? The position. That's what I'm talking about. So he's got a very short this kind of hairstyle. Now I'd confuse myself sometimes how I'm able to like work it so that you've got this like long enough looking head, but like round enough looking head. I don't know. One last one to do. This guy looks like a right baddie, right? You can do a few lines in here as well. He's a real bad guy. I've not coloured in the pupils for every character, you may have noticed. And when you do that, it really brings out the when you do it. I've been merged these down. It really does start to bring them to life. When those pupils come in, you really feel the life of the character coming in. Some have got smaller pupils, some have got bigger ones. This guy's really got the Dragon Ball Z vibes going on. Let's see what I'm saying. When the eyes come in, you know. Okay. You could do eyes like this. That's a weird kind of way to do them. I wouldn't do them like that, actually. It's like an alien. But, okay, let's see what else we can do now. So we could come here and just do really simple, maybe just like that, just like ovals. And does it work? Because I'm being lazy, right? I don't mean to be lazy. People can't be lazy. I just call me convenient. And again, I do like to do these like eyebrows when you do them like that, or just do a zigzag sometimes, like zigzag. Like just zigzagging them in. You can do wavy eyebrows as well, or just do like lines and things, or let's just do like a quick do some lines like that. Okay. You got some funny eyes. It's funny eyebrows. This guy, the funny eyes. Sorry, I should say. Okay. Now, coming up here, it doesn't matter too much. As I say, it doesn't matter too much. Coming over here. See? Now this guy. Okay, I'm going to give him a funny mouth. Watch. I'm going to come over here. A funny kind of smile. A funny kind of showing his teeth. Oh, careful. You can use like a ruler if you wanted to. I don't want to use the ruler. Hang on. Yeah, that brush is way too small to brush those teeth. Oh, shit. I'm going to go here. I'm doing a line all the way across, but sometimes it's good to have like these broken lines. It just gives it some style, Okay, now I'm going to go here. You could give the guy a beard or so, you could do that if you want to. I can't stand everybody going around with all these beards all the time, but anyway. You have what you like, don't you? I'm going to do it. The reason I'm going to do it is to give myself that understanding. A little goatee beard there. Of different kinds of style. Now, I don't think a moustache would work on here because there's not much space for the guy to have a moustache. But you can do that kind of thing, with this guy here, I'm gonna go with a different kind of thing. I'm gonna go with his head's gonna be up like this. Okay. And I'm gonna give him a little bobble thing on top like that. Or could have been a Mohican, could have been an afro. He had to use what he had to his advantage. And that's what he had to do. That is his head. Bless. Bless. And there you go. So a few simple head designs. As I keep this thing here, I think what I will do is I will unlock this, bring that up, turn these up turn it off for a second, turn them nice and light so we can see what we're looking at. Bring this down, and what I will do is I want to keep two of them. So I'm going to delete these. Hold on. Delete these. Move one of them up. Move one of them up here. If it will allow me. Hold on. Move this up. Yes. Cut a piece off there. Move a piece off. Okay. Move this one over here. Over here, mate. All right. Inverse will do. Move that over there. Good. Now this one's going to be kind of in the way. I'm going to try to move it. Can you cheer me on? That's something someone said in a video a long time ago. Can you cheer me on? And I'm just going to keep it like that as a rough guide, and I think that is good enough as a guide, to be honest with you. Luckily, they fit in. I was going to like shrink them down a bit, but I think they fit in okay. So we have them like that. And one thing I've realised is we've actually lost the basic guides we had. So I don't think that's a good idea now. Shit, that's not a good idea, you know. It's a good. We'll save it as one. We'll save it as one image, yes. But which is a good thing. You can do multiple different copies. Don't forget in digital easily. So let's go back. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, move them back. Keep these where they were. Okay. And then I'm going to save this out as well. That's what I'll do. Yes. Save this one out. And I think that'll do it. I'm not even going to colour them. I'm just going to keep them like that. Let me just check the two images. We're going to finish this video, okay, guys? We'll go more into like drawing outfits and stuff and drawing the faces from different angles, obviously. But yeah, the basic thing there. Looking at this guy's nose now, though, I'm not 100% happy with this guy's nose over there. Let me just bring these in again, just quickly, just to have a look. Oh, hang on, we've got it here anyway, haven't we? So, hold on. It's like you know what I mean. It's not bad, but it's like I just want to move it a bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's move it. I think we can move it. I like to move it. Hold on, shit. Transform it. Move. Oh no! Hold on. Cut this here. Transform. Move it into about a better position. You see, it looks better now. It looks better. Nothing wrong with that. I could have drawn it like that in the first place. A bit lower. In fact, it wasn't too bad from where it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't too different there, to be honest. It's not really that different, is it? I'm going to save it, resave it over the one we just had, and I have to move the other one as well. That means might as well just do them both again, really. Should be this one, right? I think so. Let me zoom in. Hold on. Yeah, this one. Yes. Okay. And I think what I'll do to make this more easy for me to understand is I will. Oh, we can't change it now, can we? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sub in my wall. No. Hold on. I'm just going to edit it like naturally. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to. I can edit these together in a different way anyway. All it is I want to have. I'll tell you what it is. I want to have these images together. That's what I'm trying to do. Have the images together, you know. So I don't think I need to have them anyway, like this necessarily. It's okay to look at them with the guides on and everything. I think what we can do is I'll just simply drag this into here. I'm going over technical now, but drag this in here, drag this one on top of it. You know, yeah, just cut this off, this bit here, carefully, very, very carefully. Ooh, you know, and here, whoa, I'm using my mouse to do this, you know. Look at that shit. Fuck. Okay, I'm going to go in here. What I'll do is I'll just cut this bit off here. So look, zoom in. Yeah. And I just use my pen. That's what we've got pens for. Select. Hold on, shit. Deselect some of this, right? So that should work. Let's delete and we'll delete that part. Go here with the opacity. Fuck. I'm going to cut this bit off here. Yep. And I'm going to transform it like a transformer. I'm going to shrink this down. Just let that be known that that's the guide, basically. This is the guide that we use. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I want to just really have it there and just shrink it again anyway, as we did. Maybe we can just do that. Let's just Move this over, deselect, shrink it down a bit, and then we've got our image there. I'll have to colour the rest of the the outside of that now as well, which is not a problem. Let me just choose this colour, this grey. Come below and a layer below it. Boom, 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 boom. Colour here. Move this one here. Nice. Cut. Nice. Cut here. Okay. Crop. Yes. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Zoom in. And that's okay, isn't it? I mean, that's all right. We'll save this one out as a new one. That's all right. That's nice and saved now. So as you can get a little sheet ready, and you can do that yourself. You can try it yourself at home if you've got a holiday. Fuck's sake. Hit save. We'll give it a name and we'll delete the other one. That's all right because we've got a good guide now. So turn that off. And where are we? This one should be. Oh no, hold on. Which one is it? This one, right? So delete. I can keep. Let me just check that nose is in the right place still. It is all right. There you go. So we'll stop this video. I think we've kind of worked it out with the noodle arms thing I was doing with the bodies shape drawn around it, then drawing the actual. Put that in here. Hold on, later. Drawing the muscle, the detailed structured bodies on top of that. So you've got a lot of different things there. You've got the noodle bodies, then you've got the shapes around the noodle bodies, then you've got the breaking the structure down, then you've got the actual characters, all that muscle and all that. And if you want to draw clothes onto that, so there's going to be 4 or 5 different ways of doing it. When you get better, you can just draw them in naturally. And then the faces obviously be drawn on top of heads like this. But we're going to do another video eventually, if I can, with the faces on different angles. Obviously, I'll do some more practice of that kind of stuff, as I say, drawing faces from different angles and then working out different clothes and stuff. All right, thanks for watching. You take care of yourself. And I hope this video came out okay. Take care now.